Welcome everybody. I am Prasad Nanayakkara, Vice President of the American Chamber of Commerce. We are here to give you details about this program that the American Chamber of Commerce, AmCham, launched together in partnership with Sri Lanka Association for Software Services Companies, or SLASCOM, to take our tourism, leisure industries, capabilities and experience to the next level. We call this Enabling Tourism 2.0. The vision behind this program is to utilize information technology and digital solutions to enhance the capabilities available to various players in this industry, in this case hotels, to operators, various other promotional agencies, to upgrade their capabilities so that they can cater to a wider group of potential tourists, attract them, retain them, and enhance the quality of services that we provide for. So today with me, we also have our partners here from SLASCOM, from ICTA, from Slido, hopefully from TESL we should have somebody. So TESL we already have, Slido we are still expecting. So we are here to give you a comprehensive picture of what we are planning to do and answer any questions you may have. So I am going to walk you through, today Mr. Vijay Ratnayaka, the president of AmCham, is unable to be here. Therefore, I am going to walk you through the slides which will give you an overview of what this program and initiative is all about. If you really look at the big ask by the tourism industry, right, what solutions and capabilities are out there, especially in our case, we are looking at digital solutions, IT solutions that will help them to attract, service and retain their potential customers. Especially with the change in demography, which we call Gen Y type of tourists, young tourists who are used to digital communication methods, iPads, smartphones, these kind of things. How can we make sure that we have the capabilities to attract this kind of tourists, understand their needs, understand what, if they have come to Sri Lanka before, do we have a track record of what they have done? What are their likes, dislikes? And what would they be interested in potentially? So, do we have digital solutions that can potentially cater to all these things? Now, let's look at it both from the supply and demand angle. On one hand, from the demand side, all these players in the leisure industry need these capabilities. From the supply side, if you look at it from the IT perspective, these companies would like to know what is it that these hotels, tour operators, destination management companies need, and how can we tailor our solutions so that it addresses their business need. So there is a disconnect between these two entities. The primary purpose of this event, this program, is to bring these two parties together and have them talk to each other, have them understand what would one side offer to the other and how can we optimize those solutions. Can we go to the next slide? So if you look at it, the key objectives is to facilitate this interaction overall, right? If you look at the hotels and DMCs to explore best-in-class IT solutions available in Sri Lanka, this event will facilitate that because we are bringing both parties together. And then if you look at the dialogue that's going to take place, it's all centered around what do we need, what have we got to offer today, what are we going to offer you in the future. We also feel by this initiative, this may result in enhanced investments in the leisure industry, and it will also tailor-make our solutions to the specific needs the IT solutions that are there today will help us to optimize, customize to the real needs of the leisure industry because of this dialogue, the exhibition and the competition we have planned to organize. So, if I take a step back, this program has been ongoing for nearly about 5 months or so. If you look at the way we went about this, we first defined the business objectives from the leisure industry. We got the experts from the leisure industry and we asked from them, what is it that you would like to have IT companies deliver? And they outlined 4 major categories. They said, all right, the first category is we got to be able to market Sri Lanka as a destination, not only to current tourists but also to potential tourists. Can IT, social media, various other technologies help us do that? Then we said, fine. Once we do that, tourists will come to Sri Lanka. But then how do we market the individual properties? Not only marketing the country. This is about properties that are available in Sri Lanka. Now we know that we have a lot of new hotels are coming up. A lot of facilities, services are being opened up every day. But how can we market these things effectively to potential customers, in this case tourists? Then the other objective is enhance and manage the top line. How can we get these people to spend? If we can effectively market the solutions and services available in Sri Lanka, then obviously these tourists are going to spend a lot of money, right? So if they don't know what's available here effectively, especially using digital solutions, they will not be spending that money. Therefore, can we effectively market these solutions such that our top line can be enhanced? And then the fourth objective is something that we are always conscious about: how do we manage the cost? How can we remain competitive with the rest of the hotels in the region? We are not competing just within Sri Lanka, we are competing with other countries. So can we optimize our cost structures so that we will be able to remain very competitive? So those are the 4 categories that the leisure industry outlined as their business needs. We took these categories and went back to the IT companies or any company that has digital solutions that they already have today, not just a concept. They have to have a solution that's existing today, that has been operationalized, that has a valid customer base. If you have these kind of solutions, come and talk to us. So we went ahead and advertised to leisure companies. Go to the next slide. So if you look at now, we started off with 35 IT companies at the beginning of this competition. So once the companies got to know that this competition is on, we had 35 participants ranging from small to medium and in some cases even large companies, established companies, that came forward and said, we have compelling IT solutions which we think will address these needs. Then it became, okay, so how do we shortlist those? So based on these 4 business objectives from the initial 35 companies, we narrowed it down to 20 companies based on a high-level evaluation by a panel of judges appointed between the organizing committee. In this case, we leverage people, experienced people from IT industry as well as the leisure industries. Once we got these 20 companies, we looked at it. We looked at these solutions very carefully from 3 angles. One is the effectiveness of the solution. Then the other is ease of deployment and adoption. Even though you have a solution, can that be ported to multiple devices? Can that be, does it suit the local context? Can it be easily make it marketable in Sri Lanka? And then finally, proven capability of the solution. We just don't want a concept or a prototype application that you will develop, you might have developed a week ago and said, hey, here is a really, really neat product which meets your needs. We really want a commercially viable solution. So to that extent, we went ahead and checked the reference sites. We looked at the existing customer base. So it's a fairly balanced criteria. Not only the concept, but also commercial success has to be there behind this before we accepted those as finalists. So that led to, now that shows the panel of judges, fairly well-established, experienced people, both from IT industry
as well as from the leisure industry. We have VP of Brand and Marketing from John Keel's Hotels. We have Dilip Modadeniya, we have Srilan Nithapala, Udana Vikramasinghe from the CIO of Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority. We have the country consultant from Google, country manager from Microsoft. So these are well-established, well-known brands, not just in Sri Lanka, all around the world. So we got in a very respectable, very experienced panel of judges across these industries, IT and leisure, and had them evaluate these solutions. We took a one full day, went through these 20 solutions. We had these companies come and present it to us, and we asked various questions, and we followed on with reference sites, and finally we narrowed it down to 12 solutions. Next slide. So if you look at it, these are the companies that we have shortlisted. So if you look at it, the 4 categories, in each category, we have 3 solutions. And in some cases, the same company, for example, you can see Travelbox, right? Travelbox has been selected in 3 categories. So when we look at it, eventually we found 9 companies that made it to a final list of solutions. Now, what's going to happen is, now you would want to find, now we have 3 solutions in each area. What's going to happen next? So we are going to have a final event scheduled to be held on 12th of September, right here at Kingsbury. And in that exhibition and conference, it's a bit of both. We are going to have stalls of these 9 companies, as well as other companies that are going to be interested in presenting digital IT solutions to the leisure industry. They can come and take part on a first come first serve basis, to the extent that their solutions are relevant to the theme, the 4 areas that I outlined. So what we are going to do is, we are going to have these 12 solutions, these 9 companies, present it to the entire audience that day, what their solution is all about. And we are going to have expanded panel of judges that will include the former judges as well as the new judges, and have them shortlist a winner from each category. So if you look at, for example, marketing Sri Lanka as a destination, between that Portugal, Travelbox and Travel Triangle, one of those companies will be selected as a winner. And that will be determined by the panel of judges who are going to take part that day. In addition to that, we will be inviting the tour operators, destination management companies, hotels, and as well as IT companies for this exhibition. There will be a lot of opportunities for interactions, as well as exchange of business ideas, networking. So we believe that this event will result in increased funding within the IT industry, and enhanced business partnerships that will result in really value-added solutions that will help upgrade our leisure industry's capabilities to the next level. So if you look at where we are, we have completed, so I'm not going to go through every bullet point, we have completed everything up to now except the conference as well as the exhibition. During the exhibition, we are also going to have panel discussion involving the experts in the leisure industry and the IT industry, and have them give their views about why IT and digital solutions will be key to market and enhance the capabilities in this industry and be competitive on par with the rest of the countries in the region. For example, we will have a keynote speech given by expert in this field. We are trying to fly him down from Singapore, who has a lot of experience in that region, especially in countries like Singapore, Malaysia, how they use digital solutions to make their tourist leisure industry a lot more competitive and a lot more advanced. So there will be a lot of lessons that we can learn from that experts, in addition to our own local panelists. And then finally we will also award the finalists the prizes at this event, followed by an exhibition where all the business interactions and networking will take place. So that is the essence of this whole program and what we have done up to now. And that will also wrap up the presentation. What we'll do is, we have all the people who are involved in this entire initiative, from Pluscom, from AmCham, from TASL, from Slido, Sri Lanka Coast Development Authority. We are all here to answer any questions you may have. So I will go back to the head table, but you may raise any questions, and depending on the question, one of us will try to answer that particular question.
Okay, is it clear what we have done and what we are going to do, and do you have any questions? We also have a docket in which we have given a copy of the presentation as well as an executive summary of what this program is all about. So you have plenty of information, but I think it's important that we hear from you at this stage.
Can other players also get involved subsequently other than the winners of selected in the long run to contribute to your final objective of achieving this
In my view, I'll also allow one of the gentlemen from the organizing committee to comment on it. This will be an ongoing program. American Chamber is all about promoting trade. And depending on the success of this initiative, we will obviously think about doing a bigger initiative that will not only include IT and digital solutions, but other aspects of marketing in Sri Lanka and practicing this tourist. Vasant, any comment about this?
Yes, most certainly, because if you really take this subject, it's a highly evolving subject which will never be constant. What we look at today and what is showcased on the 12th is going to change vastly in a year's time. So there is definitely room for new people coming. There will be new technologies, new applications which will come, and they are most welcome. The idea is to see how we can maximize the efficiencies and add value to the leisure industry by making use of these applications. And the answer is a very strong yes.
Well, are there other countries in the region who have developed a system like this, or whether are there any other countries in the region that have come up with the idea?
I think if you really look at the countries that are doing well in tourism, even if you take the region, this e-business or looking at marketing and adding value and looking at cost savings and increasing efficiencies, making use of these tools are very common in most countries where tourism is very active and robust. We have been focusing a lot over the last 4 years. Virtually everything has come down. Revenues have come down, the numbers have touched 1 million, number of small, particularly in the SME sector, the number of hotels have increased significantly, and so have the destination management companies have doubled from what it was 4 years ago to now. But one area that we feel we haven't embraced well enough and fast enough is on the IT aspect. Some are doing it very well, some have a lot of catching up. So it's this gap that we are trying to fulfill. And we are trying to fulfill that using a lot of Sri Lankan based companies. Really all of them, except probably one, are based, the homegrown solutions which we have here, which the industry is not aware of. So what we are trying to do is to fill this gap.
Just add to that. Sorry. Just adding to that, talking on behalf of the hotels, I represent the Hotels Association. If you look at it, we see a significant increase in what we call direct bookings, and that is all due to the IT solutions that are available. But I would say still, Sri Lanka is lagging behind when you compare countries like Singapore, Malaysia, or whatever you were talking about the region. So there's a lot that can be done, increase revenues, touching on cost savings, etc. So I think this initiative is definitely a laudable initiative, and giving the opportunity for Sri Lankan entrepreneurship to develop is a great thing. So this itself, this initiative, I think, will take Sri Lankan tourism in the sense of the IT solutions to a different level.
I just want to piggyback on a few things. I think, as Prasad mentioned, we want to be an exhibition as well as a conference, and to that extent, we're actually in discussion with quite a few renowned experts in the region who've actually seen countries like Malaysia embrace some of the technological solutions and leapfrog. So we're hoping to attract some of them actually to be able to come, talk, share some of the experiences so that all of us can actually learn and embrace kind of some of those changes that they've been part of ahead of us. But our hope is actually that we'll be able to leapfrog. And I think Sri Lanka has a great opportunity given that we're small in size, we're a very intimate group of people in Sri Lanka, and I think we should take advantage of them because our ability to change if we all align ourselves is very, very big. And that's part of this whole idea that we're a small community. If we can have all the right people come to the table, discuss, converse, we'll be able to make some changes very fast and adapt. So another key point that I want to catch up from what John you were mentioning, something was the whole notion of net FDI management, right? So tourism, large part about tourism is about bringing FDI into the country, bringing very much needed foreign exchange. To the extent that we can leverage our local solutions to adapt and to take in technological advancements, will be saving, because otherwise what happens is we are spending that same foreign exchange for foreign solutions, and the net result of foreign exchange that we have in the country actually reduces. And if you look at some of the solutions, they've actually been doing some world-class products outside for the rest of the world. Some of these companies actually are providing tourism solutions for Qatar Airways, Europe. They're world-class in their own rights, and some of the Virgin Holidays, some very respected foreign entities are using our Sri Lankan technological solutions. So, as Prasad mentioned, I mean, it's amazing to see that there is a whole plethora of solutions that we've been able to attract. I think there's definitely probably more than 35 out there. But this round we were able to crack 35. We definitely do want to continue this, so get a lot more companies out there who are in this field to be able to apply for next year. But we're very confident in this round that we've been able to net in some of the most important companies out there, as well as, interestingly, some very new companies that a lot of us weren't aware of earlier. That's been a great experience for us working this, is that there's been some very small, nimble, agile companies that I think are quite suited for some of the SMEs and the very fastly growing boutique hotel sector, which doesn't have to go for a very large solution, right? And they can cater to that need based on the solution.
After picking the winners, are the winners going to work with any particular company or is there anything like that, or there are winners, so what's the move after that?
Well, I think the winners are there to create excitement and recognize the good work they have done. But we have a much broader, objective behind this. We really want to bring the solution suppliers as well as the customers together. So what we are hoping is that obviously winners, their solution will be bought by leisure sector companies, because obviously they will get to know these are the winners, therefore they have got to be good products. But much more than that, everyone taking part in that exhibition that day will be able to demonstrate their products, and the entire leisure industry will see the type of capabilities we already have in the digital IT sector, and hopefully that interaction will result in mutual beneficial commercial endeavors going forward. That's really our large objective.
So the whole idea of all these applications is actually to tap the untapped markets in terms of tourism visitors. So after after all these application solutions getting off the ground, how many additional number of visitors are you expecting? Because I believe that the bottom line is that you are trying to help the government to achieve the tourism targets. So that's the whole idea of this project. So can you assign a number in terms of how many number of generation-wide tourists are you expecting in the next year also?
Let me, to be very honest, it's very difficult to put a number to it, but definitely what is happening is with this kind of initiative where people are developing solutions, it's going to enhance the whole product, the marketing aspect and all that, and also sometimes the additional revenue that you tend to get, especially there's a direct benefit. So putting a number to it at this moment, I would say it's a little premature, but definitely we would see an enhancement of travel into Sri Lanka with a higher yield. So that is what is going to be more important.
Just to give some color, I think that's a good question. And kind of from judging as well as kind of getting the details of some of these solutions, I'll try and share some very specific, tangible results. And that was one of the criteria that we had as we kind of selected the findings. Was we said, hey, so what are the real results? Use the solution, how do we actually improve this in the pudding, right? How do we make sure that we get some good results? So in terms of attracting, right? One of the company's main goal is about convincing tourists from India who otherwise were thinking of traveling to Pattaya or some other country or another destination, Maldives, and capturing them at the point of making the decision and convincing them of alternate options in Sri Lanka. That's a solution. The whole solution is about identifying at which point are they thinking of making a decision to go somewhere in the region that we compare as a better alternative. Then being able to first identify them, present alternate solutions, and then hopefully convert them into coming to Sri Lanka. Very tangible result, right? That's our business proposition. They are leveraging technology, they're leveraging online solutions to be able to identify, influence, and then convert the sale, right? Another example. Company that has a solution to help destination management companies or online travel agencies, right? One of the biggest cost factors and to the extent of increasing efficiency is typical average industry of being able to convert people who come online to look for options to actually converting them to a sale is industry average that I've heard from a few people is around 2 to 3%, right? So if 1,000 people, actually 100 people actually come and look at your options, you probably have 2 to 3 people actually that you're able to convert into a sale. This solution that the person is, one of the companies that is selected, they've been able to take that from 2 to 3% to 7 to 8%. Very tangible, and they've shown the results, and how they've done that is being able to manage that information flow, have workflows, be able to automate some of the stuff, responsiveness. When the client comes, identify the particular needs, offer up particular solutions, and manage them through automation and some of the IT enablement. So I just wanted to give you some, these are very real, tangible results that some of these companies have been able to deliver to their existing clients. And our hope is, and to answer your question, I think it's not more about adding to the number, it's about, I think we have a very challenging, interesting target put forward to us. And I think that's always great to have a challenging target. Our hope is actually this will make it a lot more possible and a lot more confident for us as an industry to be able to go forward in achieving this. But I think also, as you would have seen in the news these days, it's also about at what price point. How do we be competitive in the region? And the hope is that with some of these solutions, the whole industry will be able to do that in a lot more competitive manner.
Yes, now, today, according to these travel sources,
Yes.
the biggest impediment that we have is our room rates are high. I don't want any of you to comment on that because it's not the forum. But like you said, with these solutions, will we be more competitive than in the region?
If you think logically, just think practically, to any extent that you can bring in a solution that helps you improve your cost efficiency, that gives you better margin, right? So if you're spending 1,000 rupees today to manage something, by using automation, you can bring that down to 600. Well, there's 400 rupees that now you have to decide what you want to do with it. Now, whether the hotels decide to actually pass it on to the client or not, that's a separate discussion. What this will do is it will give you that margin impact, right? And I think that's definitely one of the ways that one of the solutions that allow to do that. And I think part of it is also, there's two ways of looking at it. Can you be cost effective? But the other point is actually to demand that same price point. Can you enhance the experience, right? So if you're charging someone $500 a room night, and as long as you can actually deliver $500 worth of experience, well then why not do that? The issue is not about the price, I think it's about are we matching experience to the price? And this is just purely my personal view. To answer your question, these solutions all have proven to be able to do that.
It's also a question of how you position your product. As Ravindu very rightly said, you can charge a lot of money, but if you put value behind that, there will be takers, there will be people who buy. People pay crazy amounts for crazy experiences. But we are not really positioning that properly. We believe that some of these products will showcase Sri Lanka very different. Whether it's an organization, a big company, or whether it's an individual product, or whether it's an experience. So overall, it's going to lift our game. And eventually, if you don't do things like this, that very challenging task of 2.5 million is difficult. So that is why we are all driving towards that to facilitate that in a very efficient manner.
Thank you very much for being with us today, and I hope that this press conference gave you a good insight into what we plan to do. And this will not be the first time we will come in front of the media leading up to the event. There will be further communications that will be made by Anthem and Classcom. And in the meantime, if you have any questions about it, please reach out to any one of us in these organizations. And we look forward to your support to really elevate the level of visibility that this particular unique event will be with the Sri Lankan public, so that everybody will understand the value behind this, and in result it will help us to achieve our business objectives. So thank you for being with us today.